Mama Travel!
Welcome, dear viewers, to Hot Mama Travel. At Hot Mama Travel, we're all about family travel with a twist. We're not afraid to take our kids to unusual places. Today, join us on a journey through the haunting history of Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Together, we'll explore this intriguing destination and its spine-chilling ghost stories. For more information on cool haunted and historical places to visit with your family, visit hotmamatravel.com after this video. Now, grab your flashlight and brace yourself for an extraordinary exploration through Eastern State Penitentiary. Let's step back in time to the early 19th century, a time when crime and punishment were undergoing a dramatic transformation. Eastern State Penitentiary, nestled in the heart of Philadelphia, was at the forefront of this transformation. When it opened its massive iron gates in 1829, it marked the dawn of a new era in the penal system. The founders of ESP, including notable reformer Benjamin Rush, envisioned a prison unlike any other. Their goal was not to just punish criminals, but to reform them through solitary confinement and introspection. The innovative system they designed was known as the Pennsylvania system. Inmates were kept in isolation, each in their own cell, for 23 hours a day, with only the Bible for companionship. The prison's design was equally groundbreaking. Its foreboding exterior, reminiscent of a medieval castle, struck fear into the hearts of those who beheld it. Inside, 7 cell blocks radiated from a central hub, like spokes on a wheel, earning it the nickname the Radio Penitentiary. The intent was to minimize contact between inmates, further enhancing the isolation. Over the years, Eastern State Penitentiary gained a reputation for its harsh conditions. Inmates lived in silence and solitude, with minimal human interaction. This strict regimen was believed to lead to remorse, reflection, and ultimately rehabilitation. But as we soon will discover, this unique approach to incarceration had an unintended consequence. It wasn't just the inmates who felt the impact of this isolation. It was the very walls themselves that bore witness to the transformation of the Eastern State Penitentiary into a place shrouded in history and, some say, the supernatural. Eastern State Penitentiary's imposing walls and solitary confinement system created an environment ripe for tales of terror and ghostly encounters. Over the years, countless visitors, staff, and inmates have reported chilling experiences that defy explanation. Among the most enduring and spine-tingling stories is that of the locksmith. In 1934, a locksmith was called to ESP to change the locks on cell block 4. As he entered this dimly lit and eerie place, he heard whispered voices emanating from seemingly empty cells. Shadows danced on the walls, and a cold, oppressive atmosphere enveloped him. Terrified, the locksmith abandoned his task, fleeing the cell block and leaving his tools behind. To this day, visitors who explore cell block 4 claim to hear faint whispers and sense an inexplainable presence in the very cells that once housed the prison's most notorious inmates. But that's not the only ghostly tale to emerge from ESP. In cell block 12, also known as Death Row, where some of the most notorious criminals awaited their fates, visitors often report an overwhelming feeling of despair and an inexplicable drop in temperature, even on sweltering summer days. This cell block, where life sentences and executions were the norm, exudes an eerie energy that leaves visitors with an unforgettable sense of foreboding. The prison's formidable guard tower, looming high above the cell blocks, has its own share of ghostly stories. Some visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures moving through the tower's windows or hearing footsteps echoing from the empty heights. It's as if the watchful eyes of the past still linger, guarding the prison's secrets from beyond the grave. The tales from Eastern State Penitentiary are not confined to the realm of whispers and shadows. The experiences of staff, paranormal investigators, and even inmates themselves have added to the mystique of this historic place. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the most haunted cell block and discover the legend of Al Capone's haunting presence at Eastern State Penitentiary. As we continue our journey through the chilling history of Eastern State Penitentiary, we arrive at the heart of the paranormal activity, Cell Block 12, infamously known as Death Row. This foreboding cell block is often considered the most haunted area in ESP and is not hard to see why. Death Row was home to some of the prison's most notorious and dangerous inmates, many of whom awaited their ultimate fate: execution. The oppressive atmosphere of the cell block is filled with despair, and the weight of impending death has left an undeniable mark on Eastern State Penitentiary's haunted reputation. Visitors who dare to venture into cell block 12 often describe a palpable sense of unease, as if the very air is charged with the anguish and fear of those who once walked these grim corridors. Even on the warmest days, an icy chill can be felt, sending shivers down the spines of those who tread these haunted halls. It's within this eerie cell block that many have reported experiencing unexplained phenomena. Ghostly apparitions, fleeting shadows, and the sound of disembodied footsteps echo through these gloomy chambers. Visitors have claimed to hear whispers and sobbing as the tormented souls of the long-departed inmates continue to haunt their final place of confinement. One of the most enduring legends within these stone walls involves none other than the infamous gangster Al Capone. Al Capone's time at ESP had a profound impact, leaving an enduring legacy on both the prison itself and his own existence. It's rumored that his spectral presence continues to linger, haunting Eastern State Penitentiary even now. Al Capone, also known as Scarface, was a notorious mob boss who was convicted of tax evasion in 1931. His luxurious cell within ESP is a stark contrast to the harsh conditions endured by other inmates. Capone's cell boasted fine furnishings, oriental rugs, and even a cabinet radio. But despite his seemingly comfortable surroundings, Al Capone was reportedly haunted by the tormented souls within these walls. He often spoke of hearing voices and seeing apparitions during his time at Eastern State. In a strange twist, this ruthless gangster who had instilled fear in countless others now found himself on the receiving end of supernatural frights. One tale associated with Capone involves his banjo playing. It is said that Capone, seeking solace from the relentless voices he claimed to hear, would strum his banjo in the prison hallways. Visitors and staff alike have reported hearing the faint, melancholic strains of a banjo echoing through the prison, even when no one is there. The legend of Al Capone's haunting presence at Eastern State adds another layer to the prison's mystique.
1940, my brother and I, who were dancers, performed for the prisoners at this prison. My mother and father were in show business, and we had an uncle who was one of the guards here, and he got us this show for the prisoners. It was done in the cafeteria. I was 7, my brother was 6, and actually the prisoners were great. They gave us good ovation, and it was quite an experience for those 7 and 6-year-old kids. Anyhow, that's been many years ago, in 1940. Just thought I'd share that.
As we conclude our journey through Eastern State Penitentiary, we're left with a profound sense of the prison's haunting history. The stories of inmates past and the eerie encounters of modern-day visitors remind us that the line between the living and the dead may be thinner than we think. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying that Eastern State's legacy is a chilling one. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of history and hauntings at Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. For more information on Eastern State or more things to do in Philadelphia with kids, visit our blog, hotmamatravel.com. Happy hauntings and see you next time.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe and never miss another minute of the fun. And of course, we offer detailed destination guides and travel tips over at our blog, hotmamatravel.com, to make your next family adventure hot.